Thank you. Let me welcome you into the bi-monthly brown bag session. For those who have participated in the previous sessions, I think you realize that we are changing the way we are presenting the brown bag sessions. We are basically giving the different departments and the different units an opportunity to make their presentations on topics and areas that are relevant to them as well as to the mission. So the approach we are taking, we basically give a unit. This time it was a COS. They actually chose the topic themselves and basically that is relevant. And they have an option of them actually presenting it or getting a speaker for that particular session. So in the next, so if you realize in 1 year we'll have like around 24 sessions, that is twice a month, and it may not actually just cover all the respective units that we are having. So you may have it either once a year or twice a year based on the topics that basically people feel. Without taking much time, let's welcome Francis from COS, who will basically take us through this. Thank you and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you so much, Josiah, for that introduction. And as you know me, I'm Francis Madeka from COS, and basically I'm going to present this. This has been part of my blood even before I came to IOM Somalia. And basically the reason behind this is that so that we understand where we are coming from, or where I'm coming from, is that all of us, we are working in the humanitarian aid sector. And basically all of us understand the sphere standard, is it? So sphere standards are like the humanitarian code of conduct. So basically, if you go now to the humanitarian sector, they also developed what we call the fleet management standards, which has got 3 pillars. So basically it's about road safety, environmental impact, and the other one is about on road safety, environmental impact, and the third one is about cost efficiency. Because if you look at all the humanitarian sectors, is that they run a wide range of fleet. For example, where I used to be, we used to manage a fleet of around 200 Land Cruisers, 4 saloon cars, and around 6 motorbikes. So basically looking at it is that they had a big fleet. The budget actually is like the budget of running a fleet was like running several projects within the organization. So basically, I remember when we started about road safety, it was a partnership between Gibraltar Stock Holdings, is the main supplier of NGOs fleet globally, whether Europe, Africa, and America. So basically, they also realized that the fleet they were selling to the organization, sometimes they were hazard. Instead of making it efficiency, cost-effective, environmental impact, and basically they realized they needed to come with something. So they supported this initiative, and basically from that, I was part of the team that was chosen to be trained in Toyota Gibraltar, to be a trainer to drivers, driver recruitment, and also transfer the knowledge to the team to be able basically to promote road safety. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and basically as it comes up, that is the topic we chose. And basically we chose about, this is a combination of your safety on the road, and basically all of us are drivers, whether within the organization or individual owned vehicles. So thank you so much. So basically that was the topic. And basically the question was, what are the causes of the accidents? So basically when you ask yourself like that, then we realized that out of that topic, I needed to transfer this knowledge to our colleagues. Whether you are a driver, you have your own vehicle, or the organization. Basically, safety is between you as an individual, not about putting trust to the person who is driving you. And from that, we have several statistics. There are statistics that were carried because I was part of the people who took the data collection for the Kenya office, for the Kenya office World Vision along Kenya office. So basically, we realized their fleet was killing the sponsored children, 2 to 3 children per year within the country. So basically, from that, those statistics, it was able for them to come up with that initiative and adopt it from Toyota Gibraltar that was incorporated with several agencies. Now, looking at it is that over 3,000 Kenyans lose their lives in the road. These are real statistics within Kenya. And then majority of these people are vulnerable road users, pedestrians. We have seen these ones. And I'm a witness to this. Like last week, I saw one gentleman who was hit along Mombasa Road, trying to cross direct without using the highway code. So basically it shows that this person never went to a driving school. He actually bought the driving license. Nearly 1/3 of the deaths among passengers, many of whom are killed in unsafe forms of public transportation. Causes of accidents. We all know all the causes of accidents. We can name them. If this was a training one-day forum, we can all of us have a contribution towards so many causes. So basically, one of the key, and we thought about highlighting it, is about make sure you have your safety belts. Make sure you have your safety belts. The other thing, when you are driving, make sure you don't overspeed, especially like this rain season. Make sure you adhere to the driving speed limits, because sometimes, if you look at the tires you have put, they may not guarantee you the braking distance. The other one is about bad driving behavior. This one we associated with our matatu PSV drivers. Basically, but it is not those. I've also seen personal people telling somebody like this, funny gestures, and people can get out and start fighting. So basically, that is part of the bad behaviors. We all know about tailgating. Tailgating is when you are driving your vehicle and you are trying to make sure that I'm actually following Sheikh, and I want to make sure it doesn't have the 2-3 seconds rule. 2-3 seconds rule gives you an around 5 to 10 meters distance. So basically, you can be able to stop your vehicle when you're following the other one. The other thing is about ignoring road regulations, the traffic signs. Basically, at times you see these are crossing. You don't even consider which road you are coming from. Are you from a main road or from a junction somewhere? So basically, you are supposed to understand, are you supposed to give way or not? Then the other one is about road range. We all know about road range. And the other one is about in-cab distractions. Then lack of skilled drivers. This one I think is very common. I've seen 2 guys who have 2 driving licenses, and basically they never went to school, they just bought it and it was brought to them before. So basically that one tells you that is a person, is a hazard, is a time bomb on the road. Because basically he doesn't understand, he just understands, I've grown where vehicles are. We all have heard people say, nimeendesha gari since I was 14, isn't it? But imagine what happens in future after that. There are some distractions on the road we need to be careful, to be aware of. It's anything that takes your hands or eyes or attention away from driving. Among the most common driving distractions are, for example, adjusting the radio cassette or CD player. We all have witnessed this. You have seen somebody trying to say he's trying to adjust the cassette or something like that, and then he loses track. Especially, basically, if you have not maintained your vehicle very well. It is not, it has not been done with alignment or balancing. Many times it tends to pull from left or right. It can be an hazard. Another one is about other occupants in the vehicle. This one, I think we have witnessed this. Have you ever seen a matatu passing another one? Then you notice that I've seen Abu on the other one, and you want to stretch a hand like to touch him, and the other vehicle is already going. So basically, you can imagine what can happen. Moving objects in the vehicles. Have you ever seen on your dashboard, you put a soda or a plastic water bottle? You move like this, it goes from this side to the other one. So basically, that is a very dangerous object on the dashboard. The other one is about using or dialing wireless phone. You are driving on one hand, you are not very skilled, and basically, you are trying to show that you can be able to multitask. That one is not safe when you are driving your vehicle. The other one is about crash diet. This one is more with ladies. You have seen ladies leaving work because she didn't have time to have a lunch, and you'll find Faria is putting food on the seat, on the passenger seat, and she's trying to eat as she drives. So basically, it is not safe. Because, for example, you're holding a big burger, and then somebody, you try to brake hard. What happens? You move with your burger to the windscreen. Then the other thing is about adjusting the vehicle's temperature controls. The same thing. Smoking while driving. Actually, smoking is also very dangerous. Imagine you are smoking, and sometimes you pass a vehicle that it is emitting uncombusted gasoline. Sometimes, if the gasoline, sometimes it can come to a vehicle. We have videos that have shown that. And then immediately you are smoking, then fire starts in your vehicle. Imagine what happens. Then we have outside distractions, including like accidents. This one is more common. On the highway, an accident has occurred on the other side of the road. Then this side is flowing, but it has more jam than the other side, because everybody wants to peep. Who has been hit? Which car is that one? So by doing that, somebody may hit you from behind. Then we have friends in other vehicles. I've talked about that. Then roadside advertising. You have seen a billboard of about Juakali or somebody like Joy. And then you are, that girl used to school together in the same school. As you do like that, you forget that you are on the road. So basically it happens like that. Then you see a big building because you had bought the plot just adjacent to Safaricom, but you have seen a skyscraper growing up. You want also to slow down and try to see, Sheikh is already putting the building. You also lose control of your vehicle. So let me welcome my colleague who are supposed to co-share, Sheikh, to talk about the road safety tips, please.
Thanks
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I was attending to other issues. I went to, no, not eating. I went to pray in Kawangware, and I think I took like 15 minutes to get back to the office. So thank you very much, Francis. I think what I'm doing right now, road safety, I wanted to contribute more on what we experience in road traffic accidents. Mostly I have problem with the international staff. National staff, they don't report. The only national staff reported road traffic accident was, no, it was not road traffic accident, it was one-on-one engagement with the police. That was Nyawira. So I think her story will come up while you go with the presentation. So road safety tips, I mean. Okay. I think it will be better if I look from here. Yeah, make sure that you drive with the speed that you want to drive. Note that you want to test how the gauge, how the speedometer will slip on the other side of 200 or 180. No, never try that. Never try. Just to do the speed that you want. On highways, it's different. I remember sometimes back I was traveling to Yangalani. I think my first time going on road trip, okay, it was just a work-related trip, but I was alone in the vehicle. The vehicle was miles per hour. So I was looking at the miles per hour and not knowing that it was kilometer per hour. So I was driving at around 70 miles per hour. At the bottom, when I got time while Sagana area, I just came, my colleague was asking me, you were speeding. Just came back to the vehicle and I saw it was, I was going 110 kilometers per hour. So on highway, you will not realize, but it's good to check the speed that you'll be comfortable. If it's on highway, like Zika Superhighway, I think they accommodate up to 100. You're from Kasarani, I think 100 kilometers per hour. So, so make sure that you drive at the speed that you're very comfortable. Always make sure that safety comes first. Your seat belt is on. Follow the traffic rules. I think within CBD, you're not allowed to, some places, you're not allowed to drive on a speed of 40 or 50 kilometers per hour. You can't. Yeah, you can't. Sometimes people are driving sport cars that if you just hear the engine, you say, no, this one is doing bad to the vehicle because the vehicle wants to go at around 70 or 100 kilometers per hour. But because of the regulations, you need to drive within 50 kilometers per hour. And that is all for your own safety. Kindly follow the traffic rules. See and be seen, like when it rains. Make sure that the fog lights are on. The fog lights, make sure that they are on. An authentic driving license. Yeah, that is very common in Kenya. You can get your driving license within a day, but make sure that you don't follow that. You have the one that you have went for the traffic police, you have done the test, and get the driving license after the test. Never drink and drive, Mutuzolo, NTSA. So, never drink and drive. Yeah, I'm talking about alcohol, not the water. So don't drink alcohol and drive. NTSA they now, I think, very aggressive in this. So mostly during end months, the weekends during the end months, like last weekend, some of Richu's friends, I think, they were caught. No, I think Alex, yeah.
I'll give them a call.
Okay. Never rely on the competence of the driver behind or in front of you. That is an important point, because if you ram someone from behind, know that you are responsible for the accident. That is something like universal, because the police will ask you, you have not kept the distance. 2 to 3 seconds rule. You have not kept the distance, and like that. So make sure that you are cautious on the drivers in front and also behind you. Never drive when you are sleepy. That is very common. I think it could have been better if you have a video for that. So
Don't sleep and drive.
don't sleep and drive.
First of all, tell people about driving when it's flooding.
When it's flooding, don't try to cross a moving water. However, you might see it is below the knee, but still they can carry a whole vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't try.
12 inches is enough.
Yeah, it's enough.
Yeah, maybe in
I
addition
have
to
a
that.
question.
Okay.
Last week on Friday, CBD was very crazy.
Not
He
on,
would try to cross the road and it's reaching above the knee. So how do you go about in such a situation? And that's
Don't drive.
don't drive.
Don't drive.
and walking.
Walking even, okay. That one, it will take another lesson on how to cross moving water, because I was in Timol area that time. So area between Timol and Nyayo Stadium, it was like, okay, water was this level. So people are crossing, holding hands like this. So no one crossed alone. It was like that, teamwork. So if you're alone, don't try. Okay. Practice defensive driving. Use all the mirrors, left, right, and the rear mirror. Make sure that you use all of them. Yes, in case of road traffic accident, report to SSU, that is Safety and Security Unit, IOM Somalia. Yes, Ahmed Sheikh. Yes. Never leave the scene of accident until police arrive. This is a common mistake. Some staff or maybe the other person who caused the accident will tell you, okay, because we are creating jam, let's move the vehicles out of the scene so that, and we talk about this. Now, don't accept that. Don't leave the scene of accident.
Sometimes, like, they can beat you up, like on warrant.
Car-
If accident happened here and you are creating jam, they can even burn your car.
No, what you do, lock your vehicle and leave the place. Okay, maybe it will depend if the damage, sometimes the damage of the vehicle, but make sure that if you're leaving, the same happened to Doreen Chege. Doreen was involved in a road traffic accident. The other person caused the accident. So they agreed that, okay, we'll repair the vehicle. She didn't take the telephone number, his details, everything, because yeah, that happens. And she left that because she was told it was Jogoro in the morning, very busy. She was told, okay, we can sort out this. Let's move to the nearest police station, and then we'll sort out this issue. Okay, she went back to her vehicle. Then they drove up to the police station. She was there alone. The other guy just. Okay. So it's that bad. So make sure for national staff, I think, yeah, you will understand these people. Make sure you take a written thing, because it's very difficult to deal with the police, going to the police station, doing all those things like that. But if you can agree with the other party.
You can take the photo and video.
She took the photo of just where the accident happened, not the registration. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very sure we should tell our police station to have a partner. Very good.
No. Okay, that one I cannot comment on it. So make sure if there is crowd forming up, you lock all the windows, and if you want to have an agreement with the other party, let it have all the documents. Tell him or her to put the national ID card there with the written thing, and then take pictures on top of it. That is what. It's not a policy from organization, But that's my personal advice. So that if you are a national staff, that is the only way you can get that person. If your vehicle is towed, make sure you remove all the valuables. And also make sure you have the money to pay those guys who are breakdown guys. Because it's normally, I think, for 500 to 5,000. So sometimes when you leave your vehicle and they tow the vehicle, they have that tendency of removing what was inside. Make sure that you have your national ID or your organizational ID and also your driving license always. Don't attempt to bribe the police. That is it. That is a golden rule. Well, okay, now I'm talking about the incident that happened in Nyawira. No. Don't try. Nyawira, what happened? I think she was coming back from TDY. So she was with her colleague. Then, okay, there were other vehicles who were ahead of her. So they drove on the opposite side of the road, a short distance of like 50 meters, because where they were going is just junction, right, just the next. So other vehicles moved and they were stopped. The police took some bribe from the vehicle, and then they came to Nyawira and said, yeah, you're doing it. We will charge you and we'll take you to a police station. He said, okay, no problem, I have no problem. So he tried to dilly-dally so that it takes time, and then Nyawira stopped to soften, and then so that she can give out money. Nyawira stood on her ground and said, no, let's go to the police station. If it's charging me, charge me at the police station. So she called me. I told her the same, that don't accept to give him a bribe. So within 5 minutes after talking to her and explaining to him that, yeah, this is bad, you cannot do this, he was asking for 500 or 2,000 shillings. So then the police guy said, okay, I'm sorry, and he apologized everything, and it ended like that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So that is the end of presentation. Okay. Okay. You have only 1 minute for questions.
Alex first.
Okay, Alex.
If I'm involved in an accident, whether I hit someone or I'm hit,
Yeah.
you said I report to the SSU.
Yeah.
Reporting to SSU, is it going to help me? How does it help me?
Okay, one thing, we normally report all incidents that happen, security incidents, even if your laptop is stolen, we normally report that to the regional office, and they also report to our headquarters in Geneva. So it is, it's important to report, and we can give you advice. I can give you advice, okay, where is it, that place? Sometimes, same problem happened to Francis. I think the first week when he arrived, a vehicle knocked him from behind. The other party was 100% liable for the cause of the accident. But I told him, okay, where are you? I'm this place. So I knew the nearest police station, and I had a contact of the person, the nearest police station. I made a call, they came on time. And by the time I was reaching there, they were coming, and it will fasten the response. And also we'll advise you, okay, don't leave the scene of accident. Make sure that you obtain your abstract. If you want to have an agreement, a mutual agreement between the two of you, then it's okay. Okay.
Just to add value to that, I think my interpretation of you actually coming in, despite it being a private or a personal issue, it actually can be seen from different perspectives. If seen from the security perspective, you never know, it could be a targeted hit or knock from behind, which could be seen from other perspectives. I think you consider there's a high value target, which has the potential of probably generating income, probably benefiting that particular person. I'm sure the reports that we normally get from NTSS normally, that's where actually the such reports actually come from, and some of them have other motives. You see someone being trailed from the airport from a particular location. So I think just reporting it can basically enhance security reporting, and probably also to create awareness among the staff on the need to report.
Okay, sure, yeah, that is it.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Let me just first finish with it.
Okay, Mauricio, Michael.
Sheikh,
Yeah.
let us please discuss this as we are Kenyans. People have to be street smart. That's very important.
Sure.
If you say that you get an accident, you have to survey what is happening. If the people around you, you're not sure about them, run away.
Actually, that was my
Run
question.
away. Run
At
away
what
because
circumstances?
you have to be street
Because
smart.
there are people who actually hit you to stop you.
To stop you.
Yeah,
To rob
sure.
To rob you.
Sure. It depends
You have to
on
be
where
street
you are, if the place is public, or maybe you are alone in
It
the
is good to
street.
tell people to use your common sense.
Use your common sense.
That's not to be stopped. And then this thing of that polisi anashika kama unafanya makosa.
Lipa yetu kidogo,
Pale
go.
kidogo and go because going to the court, going to this thing.
Anaweza kudobandika maneno.
Exactly.
This guy is
Exactly. That is what
alilipa 20,000.
at my personal advice, my personal advice is, if you can avoid to go to court, don't agree. Don't agree, because and the charges the police drafted will be used exactly, and the court will say the same. Yeah, you are the cause of the accident. You need to pay 20,000 for charges. Also repair that vehicle, and also other penalties. Maybe 20,000 reckless driving, 2 months in jail, something like that. And also your reputation will go down. Because, yeah.
Stop, your reputation goes down when you bribe.
Yes.
So tell people to stop bribing.
No, we will bribe. We'll continue bribing.
No. Don't bribe.
That is
Okay.
the reality.
Okay, show us the video.
Then most.
What about this?
Okay, my part in short is use your common sense, and also, if you can have, if you are the cause of the accident, and the police, okay, you understand the national language, Kiswahili, you hear the police, oh, you are the cause, he is having some points, some prejudice.
Let me tell you,
Okay.
if you have a road accident,
Yeah.
as much as possible,
Yeah.
ensure a policeman gets involved and you go and have an OB written.
Good.
I know of a case of a guy, they had a handshake and an agreement, then the guy went and reported a hit and run.
That is
So
it.
you have gone home that you have agreed, you've paid him 2,000, the next thing your car is being blocked by the cops.
Sure.
That you hit and run. So it is always good, unless it is a scratch, it is always good, at least go make a police report.
Good. Yeah.
Maybe to, in addition to that,
Sure.
as we run the videos, is that I've
Okay.
been on the road for the last 13 years. I've never bribed a police. I remember one incident I was caught, and I told the guy, just take me to court. And the day of going to court, I found these guys had withdrawn my slip, including the guys who had bribed them. So basically, I agree with Nelson. The principle of the rule of the game is always stick to the truth.
Yes.
Two, when you stick to the truth,
You are the one who have wronged someone.
if you have wronged, let them, he's saying, do the documentation, go have the OB, then the insurance is there to repair the cars. So basically, that is the principle. If this guy is going to charge you, if he takes you to court, if you look at the fines now, if you look at the NTSA fines, they are affordable nowadays. You'd rather pay the government and then basically do the right thing.
Yeah, but now listen, how about overlapping? You haven't hit anyone, you are caught by cops.
Why overlap then?
The cop is asking you for 1,500 or you go to jail and remove 20,000.
I will
Yes,
say.
yes, you're paying the government.
Okay.
But this is
Okay.
overlapping.
The other thing, okay, we are taking a lot of time.
Yeah,
It's
right.
now past 10 minutes almost. So the golden rule, don't bribe the
Thank you.
police.
Exactly.
Make sure that if you are, okay, NTSA charges, the newly traffic laws, it's not that big. It's around
5,000.
5,000 or 1,100, 1,000, something like that. So make sure that you know the traffic rules, the charges, the fees to pay in case you are overlapping or doing something. So I wanted just to explain a small thing. I don't have a writing thing, but a basic thing that we normally ignore. For instance, if you are heading to a road junction, let's say this is a road, very common here, James Gishuru and Butanga Road. So the person on your right, he has the right of way. Always keep know that.
Yeah.
Know
Every
that.
junction, the cars on your right.
On your right.
Even in the roundabout.
Yeah.
Cars on your right.
On your right.
Always.
Always. That is the golden rule. Don't, because if you are hit on the at the center, he's right. You are in the wrong place. So make sure that the person on your right is always right. And the yellow box, don't enter until you know it's clear outside.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Sorry? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. And we are now running the video. And there was a question she asked about moving water. All two-wheel drivers, the principle of the safety rule is two-wheel drive, don't try any water. Even if it reaches the tire here, the 3/4. Two wheels don't do good in waters. If it is a four-wheel like the Land Cruiser we have, but you must be a professional driver to drive on water. Then just look at this lady. Just look at that lady. She gets a tire puncture on the bridge. She doesn't have the tools. She doesn't use the common sense. You'd rather drive on the tire to get worn out. But you see, okay, just see what happens. She wants to remove the tire using her hands. Just see whatever happens. Yes. That one happened. Okay. Look at this one. We talked about drowsy driving. When you are sleepy, Sheikh has talked about that. And that's a 16-ton. Then, okay, now look at this accident. What Sheikh has already talked about. Also be aware about the road that you are using. Who has right of the way? Failure to give what? What Sheikh has just said. Failure to give way. This guy is stopped. This guy is walking because he knows no vehicle. Then this guy comes using right of the way. This guy who is now here had a right of the way. But you see now this guy who failed to stop at the T junction exactly messes two other people. And this guy is swept on the vehicle. Chua. Thank you so much.
I hope that was active.
No, this.
Thank you. And we will give you an opportunity. It just takes 30 minutes. I want you to share what you do in your different units. If you can,
Yes, the next one will do it.
Next time.
The next one is Wakimani.
Wakimani.
Wakimani.